Hey guys, my name is Samantha Roden. I'm an ACE certified personal trainer, and I'm owner here at Roden Hit Kickboxing. Today, I would like to break down Chapter 3 out of this personal trainer manual from ACE. It's the 5th edition. These are my personal notes from the 3rd chapter in this textbook. Okay, so let's see. We'll talk about some key terms, definitions that I thought were important from this chapter. Rapport, that's very important. That's the relationship between the client and the trainer. The mutual trust and understanding found in a relationship. You should build rapport with your clients. It comes down to trust, that sort of thing. Adherence in exercise refers to the point to which a person will stick to a given program. People will either follow a program or they'll give up over time. Adherence is just the extent that a person will go to continue their plan. Depression, a serious health problem affecting the mental status of clients. Trainers should not treat clients for depression because diagnosis is not within the scope of our practice. Clients suspected of depression should be referred to their primary doctor. Eating disorders. That's an irregular eating behavior that puts a person's health and safety at risk. It is outside of our scope of practice, again, to fix these people. They should be referred to their primary medical doctor. Process goals. A goal as simple as completing a number of workouts per week. It's a little broader than product goals. It's something that a client does. Product goals is like losing a certain amount of weight or hitting a new personal best lift in an exercise. This is something that the client achieves. Motivational interviewing, a technique taken to get clients to feel the need to be more active and desire to start a new workout program. Motivationally interviewing people is any process that involves speaking to them in a way that motivates that person to make a change in their life and in their behavior. It is important. It is an important aspect as a personal trainer because we use it to create a need for change in someone's sedentary lifestyle. In order to do motivational interviewing, we ask probing questions, listen effectively, provide educational information, keep the conversation friendly, build self-confidence, and encourage clients to generate ideas. Some other things that, if you don't know what arthritis is, there's just general terms that came out of this chapter. Arthritis is the inflammation found within joints, such as people having achy knees whenever it rains or gets cold, or achy shoulder, that sort of thing. Cultural competence. This is a trainer's ability to work with and communicate effectively with clients of many different cultures. You need to get over that if you have an issue with working with people of different colors and creeds and religious views, that sort of thing. Everyone should be welcome. Cognitive state of learning. Simply thinking to understand a new skill is what this stage consists of. Explaining an upcoming skill is a way to start this process of learning a skill. A different type of brain activity occurs in this stage. Associative stage of learning, when clients begin to master the simpler processes of a new move, they then become ready to take on more specific parts of the move or the skill. The trainer feedback should be more specific in order to refine and fine-tune the moves. Autonomous stage of learning. The skills have become more natural for the client. The trainer is now beginning to teach less and monitor more. You can kind of let them loose on their own a little bit. Once learned and mastered, the trainer should begin to introduce new exercises into their routines. So there's a table 3.1, and that's an important table in my opinion. It says characteristics of positive client trainer experiences. You want to create, here's the environment you want to create. The facility is neat and clean. Offices and staff are well organized. The appearance is clean and professional. The appearance of the trainer. The trainer should always have neat attire. The trainer's appearance should be fit, neat, and clean. The trainer is friendly and interested in the client. The personal trainer shows a warm, positive attitude. The personal trainer makes a positive first impression. First impression, super important. Interactions with the personal trainer. Clients have confidence in the trainer's qualifications, training, experience, and skills. Clients have enough time to express their concerns. The personal trainer listens carefully and tries to understand the client's concerns. Clients believe that the personal trainer is genuinely interested in what they have to say. Clients perceive an unconditional positive regard from the personal trainer. Clients believe that the personal trainer respects them and their opinions. Clients trust that the personal trainer will remain with their confidentiality and have their best interests at heart. So you're not going to go blab all their business to everybody. Instructions are clearly explained and clients' questions are answered. You can review that table. So there are 5 main ways that we show good nonverbal communication. That would be voice quality, eye contact, hand gestures, facial expressions, and body positioning. And I'm going to break those down. Voice quality. The best way to communicate professionalism is by having a firm voice and communicate effectively. A voice that is too soft and too hesitant won't inspire clients. And conservatively, a voice that is too loud and tense will only make people nervous. Eye contact. Be friendly and have direct eye contact with your clients. Looking away while a client speaks to you gives them the feeling that you don't care about what they're saying and that they're not important. Facial expressions. Fake smiles, fidgeting, and abrupt gestures can lead to clients sensing insincere emotion. We most convey sincere emotion by giving off genuine and positive regard for clients. Hand gestures. Hand gestures have many different cultural perceptions, but in general, most people respond well to fluid, relaxing hand gestures. One of the most important things to do is remain quiet with calm hands while you explain things to your client. And remain quiet and listen to them whenever they're explaining things, discussing their past experience with exercise. Body position. A good body position will communicate confidence. Being open, well-balanced, and standing or sitting with good posture are the most simple and effective key points. Body positions involve a lot of leaning, and stooping positions can give off the feeling of getting bored. We give off the feeling of aggressiveness if we are too rigid and not loose with our posture. Another important topic in this chapter was reflecting. Reflecting is used when we restate the primary feelings and points in a client's conversation. Reflection gives people the option to correct or add on to the statement you have just restated. Reflection gives people the correct or add on to the statement. I'm so sorry, I messed up on my notes here. The reflection gives people the option to correct or add on to the statement you stated. The process shows excellent listening skills and builds trust. An example of reflective sentence would be something like, "So your favorite type of workout is HIIT?" That gives the client a chance to respond by adding to it or correcting you and saying, "Oh, no, that's not what I meant." Or, "Yes, and this is what I enjoyed about my past workout." All right, SMART goals. Very important with ACE. SMART. S, specific. M, measurable. A, attainable. R, relevant. And T, time-bound. If you go for your ACE health coach certification, you'll see this pop up again. Specific is client goals need to be clear. We should put down exactly what should be achieved. So when you first sit down with your client and ask, why do you want to start this workout program, or what are your goals? And if they just say, "Hey, I want to lose weight," Make them be specific about it. Set forth a realistic goal that's measurable, and that's what comes up next is measurable by time, to lose maybe 8 pounds over the next 2 months, or gain X amount of muscle mass over a period of time. Measurable. The goal should be easily measured to see if and when they are making progress. It's important to jot down body measurements. You can take measurements of their neck, biceps, forearms, waist, thighs, and calves, and reassess that on a monthly basis. All right. Attainable. The goals need to be realistic and possible for clients to achieve. This will speak volumes for you as a personal trainer because it shows the client and the people that they come into contact with that you are effective. Realistic, attainable goals. You can't lose 100 pounds in a month, but you can lose maybe 6 or 8 pounds in a month. Okay. Relevant is the next term. The client should have a vested interest in wanting to achieve the goals you help set for them. This gives clients a drive and a personal interest. The next term is time. Time bound. Goals need to have a designated completion time. Monitoring this and achieving goals within a time frame adds to the trainer's credibility. So you just don't want to say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. You need to add the time frame in which they would like to lose that amount of weight. It makes the goal more realistic. It keeps them engaged. The preferred learning styles are visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Auditory learners require a lot of verbal explanations and tend to ask a lot of specific questions. Visual learners learn from demonstrations that are long and have less talking. Kinesthetic learners simply learn from doing activities themselves, and they need to get a feel for the movement on their own. It typically takes time to learn each client's learning style. My workout here, I have new workouts every day on boards for my clients. Some of them walk right up, they read it, and they're good. They do it. Other clients need me to verbally say that out loud, read everything to them. And some clients, I'll demonstrate the exercise for them, and then they have to do it a few times. I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. All right. Another thing that ACE wants you to know out of this chapter. Touching a client is effective when trying to show where they need to feel a movement or a change in their body. Clients can feel uncomfortable being touched, so it is important for trainers to discuss the training methods, explaining why you may use physical contact, and lastly, ask the clients for permission to touch them. Permission is the best way to ensure that they are comfortable with physical contact. That can go back to a cultural thing. People don't like being touched in different cultures or even looked into the eyes. But of course, we don't want to make anyone uncomfortable by touching them. Don't just reach your hand out on the small of someone's back to assist or show them, say for squats, for example, how their back should be. Ask them first, is it okay if I touch you here? And I have stretched people before, helping them with PNF stretching, and I'll say, I'm going to have to touch your leg here. Is that okay? And they'll usually say yes. I haven't had anyone to say no yet, but anyways, just to give them a heads up that you're about to touch them. That's important, and get their permission. Learning typically has 3 stages. There, of course, is the cognitive stage, the associative stage, and the autonomous stage. So first is the cognitive stage of learning. In this stage, we begin with new brain activity that occurs when we are learning the new skill. When trainers introduce a new skill, you can oftentimes see the client thinking. It is easy to throw too much information at clients, so it is important that you don't introduce too many skills at once. small baby steps. The second stage of learning is associative stage. The basic skills are being mastered in this stage. Now you have to add more specific fixes that will help perfect the skill. The last stage is autonomous stage of learning. In this final stage, clients are performing these movements naturally and near perfect. The trainer does a lot less of teaching here. Instead, they will monitor the client. New skills will be introduced, and the process will start over as you introduce new skills. The cognitive stage of learning requires the most feedback because this is where you learn the basics. That's important to remember, and you may see that again. Again, the cognitive stage of learning requires the most feedback because this is where you learn the basics. In order to master a skill, the foundation must be strong. And I am going to briefly look over some of my other notes here, handwritten notes. Let's see, we talked about rapport. It's understanding between the client and the personal trainer, understanding and trust, first impressions, setting goals, SMART goals, specific, be clear, measurable, an amount of time so that they can see their progress. Attainable is realistic goals. Relevant to their needs or abilities, and time-bound is a timeline. Tell, show, do. Introduce new skills slowly and clearly. So you want to tell them about the exercise, show them how to do it, and then let them do it. Tell, show, do. Provide feedback. Tell them what was done well. Correct errors. Motivate and continue practice and improving. Stages of learning we talked about. Cognitive. That's understanding. Associative is beginning to master the basics. And autonomous is it just becomes natural to them. All right, I think that's all that I have, maybe. Let's see. Oh, wait. We talked about investigation. We did not talk about investigation. So they also want you to know out of chapter 3. Let's see. Investigation, review the health data and fitness, goals, health history, height, weight, uncover factors. You want to encourage them, paraphrase what they said. Oh, okay, Miss Jones, you said you work from 9 to 4. So do you think you could make it to the gym at 8 o'clock? Or can you make it at 5 o'clock after you get off? Try to help them figure out a time frame, exercise, that sort of things, because people are going to tell you that they don't have time. But paraphrasing, again, is just repeating back what they said to you so they know that you're listening to them. You want to ask open-ended questions to keep them talking to you. Let's see. Planning stage, measurable. I think that's all I have for you in this chapter. All right, stay tuned and go ahead and read up on chapter 4, and we'll go over that one next time. Stay strong. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.